Hello, people. Hello, my gang. Welcome back to the Dating Public Podcast. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. Today, hey guys, can you guess? Can you guess? No, you can't. You can't. Today we'll be discussing about something not controversial, but a little bit controversial. I mean, we think about it, we say it, but it's something that happens a lot in the dating pool. And we'll be discussing standards versus delusion. Guys, move closer. I think there's some pandemic going on in the dating pool because at this point that we are going, God would have to give some of you clay. God would have to give some of you clay. I'm like, oh yeah, go and mold your own human being. Go and do your own because standards versus delusion. Some people are getting very, very delusional with their standards. I mean, the Lulu is not the Solulu, my people. Don't get me wrong. Have standards. I'm not saying leave the dating pool and go and suffer. Have standards. But at this point, we are all looking for finished product of human being. We're all looking for finished product of humans that without flaw. Everybody wants someone that is earning six figures. Everybody wants someone that is, working class, has a house, drives a certain kind of car, yaddy, 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 yaddy. And honestly, it's like we're not even allowing people there to be their true selves anymore. Even our Father in heaven knows that we have flaws. So how much more we? How much more we that we are in the dating pool, that we are expecting too much? And the question that comes to mind when this happens is, you as a human, as a guy, as a girl, when you're expecting 100% from somebody you're trying to date, when you take that list that you have as if you are going to do luxury shopping and you're trying to tick of everything, oh, it must be this, it must be that, are you that person as well? It's a good thing to look for all these qualities in somebody, but are you that same person that somebody is looking for? It's a good thing to say, oh, I want to meet somebody that earns six figures. What if something happens? Because life happens. What if you start dating and something happens along the way? Are you that kind of person as well that can say, oh, baby, don't worry. I got you. We could sort it out. Are you the kind of person for you looking? It's good to have standards. Don't get me wrong. Standards are a beautiful thing to have, but there's a very, very thin line between having standards and being delusional about your standards. You don't need a robot. You don't need somebody you don't need somebody to tick all your boxes. You just need someone that you can be compatible enough with on the long run that will make you happy, that you can both work out these things together. That's why we're humans. That's why God created us with flaws. So people, behave yourselves in the dating pool. Like I always say to you guys, I don't want you to always take all my word for it. Let's head to the Poolside Confessions and let us see what has been happening to people with standards versus being delusional or being delusional versus standards. Let's head there. Come with me. Welcome to your favorite segment on the dating pool. Welcome to Poolside Confessions. As per usual, I've got 3 confessions for us, and let's see what people have to say. Having standards, being delusional. Are people getting delusional a little bit in the dating pool about the standards? Are they choosing because they're having standard, or they are more choosing because, vanity is now a thing? Let's dive into it and dissect this together. I wanted luxury on a survival salary. I can admit it now. My standards were unrealistic. I wanted this is a man POV actually. I wanted a woman that looked like an influencer, always soft, always pretty, always smelling expensive, hair done, nails done, perfect body. This is a list. And I wanted her available all the time too. Meanwhile, I was struggling to pay my own bills. Asao. I remember getting irritated because the girl told me she couldn't keep up with the kind of date I wanted us to go on. And deep down, I knew I couldn't afford them either. But social media had me thinking that if your relationship didn't look luxurious, it wasn't impressive. Eventually, I realized I wasn't chasing connection, I was chasing an image. I think a lot of things make people delusional these days, if you agree with me. And I think social media also put this sort of strain on people. You want I mean, come on, guy. Come on, come on. You don't even earn enough to maintain this woman's lifestyle. And you want perfect body 100, body tea, body matcha, body everything. Come on. Let's get serious for it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been saying this since we started this episode of Dating Pool, and I'm still repeating it now. Have standards. Nobody's saying you should leave the dating pool and go and suffer all in the name of, oh, you want to be understanding. It's appropriate to have good standards, but do not be delusional. Be real, be realistic to yourself. Me that I'm looking for a man with 6 figures. Actually, am I earning 6 figures as well? Me that I want a man to be able to take me out to somewhere to do this. If he takes me out and he cannot pay, can I pay for that meal that we're having? So let's be realistic on some level. You want some certain things, but can you maintain that certain lifestyle? I mean, I'm happy that he came to realization about himself that he was chasing. It was not chasing connection. It was just chasing an image of what he thought he wanted. And I hope that your next relationship will be a better one, hopefully. Let's jump into the second confession and see what they've got to say. I met a woman who genuinely liked me. She was calm, supportive, consistent, emotionally mature, no games, no stress. But if I'm honest, I kept comparing her to the woman I saw online. I felt like she wasn't my type enough aesthetically. Not because she wasn't beautiful, but because she didn't fit the image I had built in my head. And instead of appreciating how peaceful the relationship felt, I kept searching for excitement. Long story short, I lost her. And the crazy thing is, every woman I chased after that gave me more anxiety. You deserve the anxiety, bruv. Gave me more anxiety than peace. That was when I realized my standards were not based on compatibility, they were based on fantasy. I said it when we started that at this point, God will give some of you clay. Yeah, go and mold your own Adam and Eve because you are not satisfied with what you want. I mean, some of you would leave something that gives you peace, that gives you peace of mind, that gives you everything you can afford, and jump into fire and jump into. Well, I'm not going to honestly say you deserve the anxiety. Dating Pool podcast is not where we, prod and bash people for what they're going through. But I'm happy that after doing these things, you come to realization of, I could have done better. I could be a better person. And moving forward, I hope that is what people get to be once they've discovered themselves in this situation and they don't go back to being worse than themselves. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this perspective. Do you think that he did a little bit too much, or do you think that, yeah, this is a thing? People are just chasing fantasy and not being realistic about the standards. Drop your comments, let me know. And let's take our last confession for today. I used to say, I just want a man who can provide. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with wanting security. Nothing. I agree with you, my sister. Absolutely nothing. But if I'm being truthful, my expectations became excessive. I wanted him financially stable, emotionally available, romantic, always available, spiritually mature, physically attractive, socially respected, great communicator, generous, well-traveled. Auntie, you will build your own man. Goodness. The list is actually long, but I'll cut it short. And I wanted all of that immediately. Meanwhile, I wasn't even giving people enough time to be human. The second I noticed one flaw, I was mentally checking out. One day, my friend asked me a question that humbled me badly. She said, do you actually want to love, or do you want a lifestyle with a human attached to it? Very valid. And I think that is what most people are chasing. I digress. Let's finish this story before we jump on it. And honestly, that question changed me because I realized some of my standards were less about compatibility and more about trying to build a perfect looking life. I think some of you just have a ridiculous, I'll call it ridiculous list. Some of us just have a ridiculous list that we're trying to check out in the dating pool, and we just want a human attached to that lifestyle. You know, you have this, must be that, must be this, must be that, and just get your person, attach it to that life like 100. It doesn't, even these people that you watch on social media that you think they take all the 100s, everybody have what they are going through. You know, let's be a little realistic. Everybody have what they're going through. Everybody will not bring their problems on social media. Everybody will not parry their problems. So that your fave, they are saying, oh, I want my relationship to be like this. I want my relationship to be like that. They had actually done the work before getting there. They had actually invested in themselves before getting there. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in a day. So guys, really back a little. Take back a chill pill and do some self-check when you're about to get out of the dating pool, when you're about to say yes to this person. You know, am I allowing this person to be human? Am I doing too much? Let me know what you guys think about the stories we've read. Drop your comments and check yourself. Do you think you're being delusional about the standard a little? I'll see you on the next one. If you ask me, guys, I honestly think what some people call standard might actually be ego. Because come to think about it, some of us worry too much about things that would not matter in the long run. Some of us worry too much about things that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it might not even matter. We worry about how tall he is, how shady he is. I mean, so it matters to some people because you want to be careful about the future genetics of your children. Short does not want to go with short, you know, a little bit of things, but there are some tiny, tiny little things that when you look at the bigger picture, it doesn't matter. So some of us, what we call standards are just our ego talking, you know, I can't do that. I can't be seen with this. I can't be seen with that. And my general take on this would be like, do a reeling and self-check yourself a little. People are getting too delusional these days. Do you actually want somebody you're compatible with, or are you searching for the vanity side of things? You know, people are getting a little bit delusional with what they want. And this goes both ways, both men, both women. You know, we are doing a checklist like a luxury shopping list. If she doesn't do this, some of you men are looking for a woman that can cook 5-course dishes and you don't even know how to put a blender together. Come on. Some of you women are looking for somebody that will fly you around and you don't even bought yourself one plane ticket to fly yourself out before. Guys, let's be realistic about this thing. It can't be one saying this, yada, 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 that, and that, and not even be able to check one thing on that list. You know, it's not realistic. So, my take to you guys, as we are in this dating pool, as all of us are struggling to get out of this dating pool, let's put a little bit of reality check into it. Am I actually having standards? Because, you know, these are basic standards. These are normal standards I should have. Or am I getting a little bit deluluing with these standards? Self-check yourself. And I think that is why some of us are actually not, you know, getting into good relationships. That is why some of us are losing good people, because our standards, are they protecting us or they are making us lose good people? Well, thank you guys for sticking it out with me. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned a thing or two on this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share. Don't forget to drop your comments. Let me know what you feel. Have you been affected by, you know, having standards, or have you been in that line where you think, okay, I think I'm a little bit delusional? And as I would always say, I want to say a big thank you to my guys for being with me. I want to say a big thank you to my team. I want to say a big thank you to Hugh's team for making me look beautiful, for putting all this together. Don't forget to check out my team, guys. They are good at what they do. They are the best at what they do. And until next time, keep swimming in the best dating pool yet. And I'll see you. Bye.